Again, this is Old Man PHP. I create PHP video tutorials for the old guys who want to learn a new skill and compete with the young crowd. This is video 84. In this video of the studyBorder file, which you can see right here by the name, studyBorder file, it's the same CRUD.php file. It's the same thing. I just renamed this study.border and then added the border of 8 pixels with different colors. You already saw that. So what I did was I took it to one step further. I added these different little labels. So whenever you copy this to a production file, just make sure you get rid of this stuff. And of course, the color border. This is just for you, so that when you get to the file, you can see it. And you can see the breakdown in this particular, which is the actual script. This is all the PHP stuff. Let's get down to the HTML. Maybe I should just go find it. Oh, here it goes. Right here, this is the HTML file, right? Which is doc type HTML, which is actually HTML5. See, CRUD project, it's the same one, same thing. I gave it a little few things like meta section, latest compile, minify CSS. This is the CSS in JavaScript section. This is the CSS section. All this. This whole thing is within the HTML5 file. And right here's when we start, right, at the body section. And of course you got all these little things for, this here creates the actual hamburger. When you make it small. Let's see if we can do it here. See, that's the hamburger. Let's go back. Okay, that's what that is. So then, as the video before this one, I'm sorry that I'm repeating some stuff, and every time I have an idea, I have to make a video out of it. So on the last one, I said that, look, I put the red label, right, because that's what this is, the red border, I'm sorry. And I went down the line to the different colors, right, as you can see. But I also added this. See, this is aqua border, this is the green border, this is the orange one, the yellow one, the pink, the red. What I did was I added also within the actual HTML file. So like for instance right here, this is the dynamic. This is where we create this dynamically, right? We do an HTML. And but before that, what was it? See, red border. So what I did was I just added this line. It's a red border, that's what you see. It's just for easier way for you to find it real quick, that's all. It's good to have markers all over the place so you can find things easier. And I kind of went down the line. This is the pink. This is the pink right here, and you got pink border. That way you can find it. Oh no, I don't pink border, but here it goes. So the day you make this into a production file, like you copy this and call it, let's say production.php, and you want that, make sure this can stay, because this is, nobody can see this except for you, but you need to get rid of this line. So this way you won't have this, and then everything will come together like the original file. That's all you have to do, is get rid of that one, get rid of this one, and just keep going down the line and get rid of all of them. That's just a quick way for you to find things, okay? So when you're searching, you go real quick. Now, what I also did was I was going to do something with these guys, the actual error stuff, the stuff that's kind of standing like right here. What I did was, on the other one, the, what is it, study.php, it's the same file except for the border, right, the color border. I also, is the same file as the CRUD file, the CRUD.php, except that one's more put together because it doesn't have all these little things here, like all these markers like this and stuff. I just gave you the, so you can you remember that one, it's okay. Just use this one, the studyBorder, because it has everything, and you can kind of rename it and add on what you want, take stuff that you want. Just make sure that you get rid of these things when the time comes. But I also did, what I did was I created separate, so I created a file for this part, I created a file for this part, I created a file for this part. I'm going to put it on the, this particular, for this particular video, on the description, I'm going to put all the names of them, and then of course you can download them from there. This is a file. Every section where you have this color thing, it's a file, right? And the way I did it was I included. I created the file, this different section that I included. So I went over here, and here it goes. Before we still have all this stuff. So what I did was, see here, green border, introduction, green border, right? But I made that section into a file, and what I did was I included by doing this. This way it kind of helps out too with the speed and all that. But this, it'll work the same, and you can find it easier, and you won't be confused. All you have to do is go to this file. If you don't want it, just take it away like this. Just get rid of it. You know what I mean? Just know what you're doing. Make your plan on paper. Find out what you want and do it. So again, I created these little markers. I created this also for you to see it from here, but I also created separate files for each section. And look at this. Look how easy it is. Simple stuff. I am going to add a little thing over here. Where is it? Not here. Actually, I'm going to have, yeah, maybe it will. I'm going to have some kind of a thing here that just explains a little bit of what's going on. That's all. No big deal. But as you can see, I created separate files. See, it's no longer that craziness that we saw before, because I separated them. That way you can kind of go to each file, and if you need to make some kind of changes here, add your stuff, just go to that file. You'll get it that I'm going to have all this stuff in the description. All you have to do is download it. And I'll give it to you in PHP, and I'll give it to you in a text file extension. Well, that's kind of about that. Now, I know, just again, it's just markers, so to coordinate with the script within. So if you got this marker, what is it? Well, let's go to that first one. Oh, there's a yellow marker. This is yellow marker for, what is this that we're doing now? For the callus, which would be this one right here. So I put it here. First of all, I gave it to you as a yellow so you can see it. I also gave it to you as a word, color word. That's what I call color word. And when you go here, you see, oh look, here it goes. It's right here, color word. And here's the thing. Here's the color word. No need to just get rid of that crap. When you're completely done and you're making this into it, you get rid this, you keep, because that can stay. That's a comment. Nobody sees this, only you. You get rid of this, which would be this, and you're going to get rid of that yellow thing by going to, right, where is it? Right here. Border 8 pixel solid yellow. Get rid of that whole thing, and then it'll be back to normal. Alright, that's about it. That's all I got. Just thought I did that. I mean, I know I could have done it on the last video, but I just didn't think of it. And just wanted to get this done. So, you know, just look at it, take a look, learn it. You'll love it. It's good to break everything in compartments. That's why I included the, you know, where is it? The include statement. See, if you use the include statement, there's an error with this. You're not going to get some kind of error and it won't stop. But if I use the exclude, then that would have done it. I mean, not the exclude, the require. If you say require this, it's the same thing, but if there's an error, you will see the error pop over here. That's why I like to use include. It depends on what it is. It depends on what you're doing. And here we go. This is the rest of it. I also went down. Let's go real quick before I go. These messages, this is just error stuff. I'm going to keep it the way it is. Maybe I'll make another so you can understand what I'm doing here. Here's your CRUD folder, which would be this stuff here. This whole thing is what this is. And all the JavaScript stuff that remember that we talked about before, that stuff that's giving you, that's helping you run this stuff to go back down or to give you, see right here? Doesn't do much as CSS. I also added that. I don't know if I talked about it before. I think I did. Let's go to the top so I can show you before I go, because I know I don't want to make this video any longer. See over here, I added this. You know, you can kind of do it like, well, it's nice here too. You kind of can do it like this if you want, but if you want more animation, just use it. That's why I kind of left it there. I left them both just in case you want it. And that's about it. I'm going to make a separate video just to give you some more design with different weird shape that you will see, just to make it more fancy. But normally when you do a website, you create them like this. Everything is boxes, just like I said. Just follow this, you won't go wrong. You'll be able to create websites for other people, your friends, family. And if you get really good, you can do it for little small businesses. Anyway, that's about it. So I got. Give me a like, subscribe. If you want to add some comments to my stuff, you could, because I'll read them, you know, and that's about it. A good night. May your life teach you more than I can teach you. Good night.